any friend that she met of mine, she'd ask him were they her father. Really? Are you serious? So my thing is this.
Yeah.
Oh, is he my dad? I'll say, I don't know. It could be anybody in Seattle, since she thinks that's what it is.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It could be this guy right here.
Can I give my brother a hug? Through all this, I love my brother.
Absolutely. You don't want to hug your sister?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to hug Miss Vabon.
At the end of the day, if he needs me, that's my baby brother, and I'm there. No matter what he may say, that's my brother.
She gave me, actually, I have a list of men. It's about 6 or 7 guys.
67?
About 6 or 7.
I said, wait a minute now.
Ms. Myers has brought her mother, Ms. Madrigal, to court today in a quest to uncover the identity of her biological father from a whopping list of 13 potential dads. The court has already tracked down 2 of these mystery men and has ordered paternity tests to see if we can end this family's wild guessing game. Ms. Madrigal admits to her daughter's long list of potential fathers and is equally eager for today's revelations. You won't believe what's coming next. Stay tuned.
Ms. Myers, you have brought your mother, Ms. Madrigal, to court today because you claim she has no idea who your biological father is. You say your mother gave you a list of 13 possible men, and you are hoping to determine who father is today of the 13 men and has already ordered paternity tests to be administered. Ms. Madrigal, you admit to having a laundry list of potential fathers, but hope today answers your daughter's lifelong question.
Just when you thought family reunions were awkward. At 13, Ms. Myers' life took a dramatic turn when her father figure passed away, sparking her search for her real dad. Over about a year, her mom casually dropped names like breadcrumbs, which Ms. Myers followed in hopes of discovering her true heritage. It turns out her mom treated the whole thing more like a guessing game. The next part of this saga is just around the corner. And trust me, it's a doozy.
When I was 13 years old, I had a father figure in my life, and he died at that age. And you know, when he died, I needed closure. I needed somebody to be there.
And so at 13 years old, how did you find out that there were potentially 13 different men that could be your father?
The list came from my mom.
Can you imagine getting a list of 13 potential dads? That's exactly what happened to Ms. Myers. And when asked to narrow it down, Ms. Madrigal quipped, "Pick any man in Seattle." This revelation led to some awkward encounters, with Ms. Myers asking her mom's male friends if they were her father. The tension is mounting, and what comes next? It's even more jaw-dropping.
You couldn't narrow it down from 13?
You know, the 13 that she's named is like 13 ghosts, fabricated.
What about pick any man in Seattle?
You made
So
that
where
joke.
does this pick any man in
Hold
Seattle?
Hold on, because any friend that she met of mine, she'd ask him were they her father. Really? Are you serious? So my thing is this.
Yeah.
Oh, is he my dad? I'll say, I don't know. It could be anybody in Seattle, since she thinks that's what it is.
Yeah,
Absolutely. It could be this guy right here.
Talk about an identity crisis. Ms. Myers opens up about feeling lost and confused without knowing her father, grappling with only knowing half of her heritage. She shares the deep emotional toll this mystery has taken on her, leaving her yearning for closure and understanding. Hang on, because the emotional roller coaster is just picking up speed.
I feel lost. No, I feel confused. I don't know who I am. I don't know my heritage. I don't know what I don't know nothing.
You came for me.
Yeah, I
Doesn't
knew
matter.
you're half of the
Doesn't
family,
matter.
but that's only half
Nobody
the story.
else matters.
That's only half the story.
Can't no man raise me better than you, even though it doesn't even matter.
You
So
raised me?
save it.
You
Save
raised
it.
me?
Oh, I raised you.
No, you didn't.
Things are heating up. In a fiery exchange, Ms. Myers accuses her mother of failing her as a parent, while Ms. Madrigal insists she did her best under challenging circumstances. The air crackles with tension as past grievances are dragged into the light, setting the stage for even more fireworks. You won't want to miss what's coming up next.
Ms. Myers, you claim that you left home when you were 15 years old.
Yeah, I did. It's even worse than this. The only reason why I'm even somewhat civil with her is because I have an ex that used to preach to me all the time about having to be close to my mom, and I wanted to be right with God. So therefore, she won't even
That's
allow.
a good one. Use God. Damn devil, use God.
I'm the devil.
Man,
You're the devil. You don't
do you
You're
realize
crazy.
that you just stood in this court and called your daughter a devil?
Just when you thought it couldn't get more tangled, enter Mr. Keith McCraney and Mr. Derek Smith, who've both been subjected to paternity tests. Ms. Myers' reactions to these names hint at a mix of hope and disdain, adding layers to this already thick plot. The revelations from Mr. McCraney are up next, and they're surprisingly candid.
Mr. Keith McCraney and a Mr. Derek Smith. You smile at one or both of those names.
It's an evil smile and a happy smile.
An evil smile and a happy smile. Well, who's the evil smile for?
Keith.
So I take it we don't care for him.
I don't like. I hate him with a passion.
You can't make this stuff up. Mr. McCraney recounts his brief fling with Ms. Madrigal, humorously noting it lasted all of 3 minutes. He later sees Ms. Madrigal and a baby in town, leading to a surprising paternity revelation. His nonchalant recounting adds a light-hearted twist to the proceedings. But don't go anywhere. The results of the paternity test are about to drop, and they're a real shocker.
Thank you for coming to join us. and submitting to the paternity test. I want to ask you first, you do know Ms. Meyer's mom, Ms. Madrigal.
Yes, I did.
Please state how you met her.
You know, we got together. She came over, told me she thought I was sexy, whatever, good looking. Okay, we had sex. It was a 3-minute thing. You know, 3 minutes.
She confirmed it. He swore to tell the truth. Find out that Ms. Madrigal was pregnant.
I did not know she was pregnant, Your Honor.
Drum roll, please. The DNA results are in.
It has been determined by this court that you are the father.
There it is.
Did you faint, Mr. McCraney?
I
I don't
what?
believe that at all.
Whoa.
No. They must have got their test mixed up
You
or
are
something
the
back
father.
there. There's no way.
All right, let's get this courtroom drama rolling. The case of Morris versus Byram is kicked off by the court clerk Jerome, setting us up for what promises to be a roller coaster ride of a paternity dispute over a 1-month-old kid named Jackson. Strap in, folks. It's going to be a wild ride.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is a case of Morris versus Byram.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Morris, you've petitioned the court for a DNA test that the defendant is the father of your 1-month-old son, Jackson. You hope these results will save your family because you have 2 other kids together. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Here comes the bombshell. Ms. Morris steps up to the plate, swinging big. She's asking for a DNA test to confirm Mr. Byram is the dad of little Jackson, hoping to glue back together the pieces of their already patchwork family, which includes 2 other mini-me's. Buckle up, because this emotional roller coaster is just leaving the station.
You say the plaintiff admitted to sleeping with another man, and when the results prove you are not Jackson's father, you plan to leave for good. Mr. Byram, there's a lot at stake today, am I correct?
Our whole relationship is based on this paternity test right here.
Just when you thought your jaw couldn't drop any lower, Ms. Morris admits, yes indeed, she cheated on Mr. Byram. Cue the gasps and dropped jaws from the courtroom crowd. And you thought your soap operas were dramatic. Wait till you hear what comes next.
Ms. Morris, did you cheat on him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now you're here saying he is the father of your 1-month-old child, even though you say I cheated. So, Mr. Byram, how did you find out about, how did you discover this?
Me and the dude she cheated on me with were hanging out the night before because we're really close friends.
Mr. Byram doesn't leave us hanging for the juicy details. He paints the scandalous picture of discovering the affair after spotting Ms. Morris cozying up with another man at her grandma's place, leading to what might as well have been a blockbuster action scene of banging on doors and a guy hiding in the attic. And just when you think you've seen it all, Ms. Morris takes the mic.
Probably 7 o'clock. He's already gone. She fought with me the night before so she can leave and stay at her grandma's house. I went over to her grandma's to, she was over there with the kids. I seen him on the couch at first through the window. That's when I started banging on the doors and the windows. I go in the house. He's hiding up in the attic of her grandma's house.
Hiding in the attic?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Morris takes the stage with a tale of woe and explains her side amidst sniffles and sympathy nods from the crowd. She says the fling happened during a rocky phase, amplified by Mr. Byram's accusations and a brief split. Grab your popcorn, because her story about the other Mr. right now is up next.
I was always constantly getting accused. He's always constantly telling me I'm cheating. It's been happening for 4 years now.
What I'm trying to understand is he keeps accusing you, so you just go ahead and validate the accusation?
Well, technically we split up for a month. Technically, we split up for a month, and he was living down the street at his friend's, and he was dating a different girl, and I was staying in the house with a guy, the other potential father.
The plot thickens. The judge delves into the murky timeline of Ms. Morris's romantic rendezvous that could make or break the case of who the real daddy is. The suspense is killing, but don't flip the channel yet. The best is yet to come.
September 27th.
September 27th.
Could have slept with him the same day.
I slept with him on September 25th. That's why we're here today for the result.
Oh, so you slept with the other guy September 25th?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so you two have 2 other children together?
Yes, Your Honor.
In a twist of events, Ms. Morris drops another bomb. She's been keeping the other potential daddy's mama in the loop about the baby saga. It's like a reality show with a side of family drama that keeps on giving. Next up, find out how Mr. Byram handles living in a complicated relationship status.
So, did you tell the other guy, Ms. Morris, that he could be the father as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
She's still talking to his mom about it.
No.
Sending his mom pictures of the baby.
The other guy's mother said if it does turn out to be her son's, that she wanted to be in his life. So when the baby was first born, I sent her pictures of the baby because she was asking me about
last week.
As if things weren't tangled enough, Ms. Morris and Mr. Byram described their living arrangement as complicated. Yeah, that's putting it mildly. And guess what? Mr. Byram's got some fatherly feels, or lack thereof. that will tug at your heartstrings, or at least make you raise an eyebrow.
We are in a complicated relationship
Yes,
together.
very complicated.
Do you live together? You treat Jackson differently?
I do
Yes,
a little bit.
Yes, he does. He shows my other two way more attention than he shows
Do you
him.
blame me?
Here's Mr. Byram, folks, getting real about his fatherly doubts, which affect how he bonds with Jackson. He's not playing the doting dad card just yet. Not until Maury, the judge, says, "You are the father." Stay tuned, because the DNA results are up next, and you're not going to want to miss this.
Oh, you do admit you're having a hard time bonding with Jackson because you don't know.
I still buy him clothes and toys and do whatever for him. I keep my distance from him because I don't know if he's my son.
And then sometimes he'll say it's son, sometimes he'll act like a dad to him, and then sometimes he won't. So it's like a mood swing type of thing.
Amidst the tension, Mr. Byram recounts his role during the pregnancy and at the birth, proving he's not totally cold-hearted, just cautious. He didn't sign the birth certificate, though. Talk about commitment issues. Ready for the big reveal. The results are in, and they're coming up now.
I was there for everything, every step of her pregnancy, helping her out, doing everything for her, the whole time.
So you helped her out the entire time? You came when the baby was born?
I was there.
Did you sign the birth certificate?
No, I did not.
You did not?
No. I just kept looking at him and thinking about what she did to me, and I can't do it with, I can't treat him the same as my other kids, because I know for a fact that those other babies are mine, and I love them to death. I just can't love him full on, love him until I know that my flesh and blood. I just can't.
Drum roll, please. The moment we've all been waiting for. The DNA results are about to be unveiled, cranking up the tension in the room to a solid 10. This is the make or break moment that could either stitch this family back together or rip it apart for good.
Mr. Byram, you are the father.
Yes! I'm happy about that.
The court clerk, with a hint of suspense in his voice, introduces the case of Vadeboncourt versus Fernari to Judge Lake. The courtroom is buzzing with anticipation as everyone braces for the drama about to unfold. Let's just say, you might want to grab some popcorn for this one.
Hello.
This is a case of Vadeboncourt versus Fernari.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Mr. Vadeboncourt, you have petitioned the court to prove to Miss Fernari that you are not the biological father of her one-year-old son, Dawson. You claim you can prove you're not father, and when today's results win your case, you want her out of your life for good.
Mr. Vadeboncourt steps up, determined to prove that he is not the biological father of Ms. Fernari's one-year-old son, Dawson. His request to officially eject Ms. Fernari from his life seems to echo around the courtroom. Hang on, because you won't believe what she has to say next.
Though you admit to sleeping with 2 other men, you say there's no doubt that Mr. Vadeboncourt is your son's biological father. So, Mr. Vadeboncourt, tell me about your relationship with Ms. Fernari.
Well, Your Honor, there was really never no relationship.
Ms. Fernari, unfazed and confident, asserts that Mr. Vadeboncourt is undoubtedly Dawson's dad, despite her admitting to sleeping with other men during the period in question. If you thought daytime soap operas were dramatic, you haven't seen anything yet.
My sister, and after that, I had unprotected sex with her, and I ended up going away probably 3 to 4 days later. Now, 6 months down the road, I get a letter from my sister stating that Miss Fernari's pregnant. I haven't talked to her. I tried calling her from where I was. There's no answer. And then I get pictures in the mail saying, hey, this is your kid.
Mr. Vadeboncourt lays out their brief fling, which started on Facebook and quickly escalated to a couple of romantic encounters before he jetted off. Learning about the pregnancy via a letter might sound like a plot twist, but just wait until the next revelation.
So you had sex just one time?
I had sex with her about twice.
Just 2 times?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, Miss Fernari, what was the nature of the relationship? How long did you date him?
About 2.5 years.
You 2.5 years? Mr. Vadeboncourt, you said you had sex with her 2 times.
She tries to say that we've been together 2.5, 3 years.
Amidst Mr. Vadeboncourt's recounting of infidelity rumors and Ms. Fernari's couch co-op with another dude, the courtroom feels more like a reality TV set. He's done the math, and the pregnancy timeline is more confusing than a calculus textbook. You'll need to see the next part to believe it.
I've had a couple people tell me, hey, Miss Fernari's out here cheating on you. And I find out she's sleeping on a couch with another guy naked. She's in the shower, taking a shower with another guy. This whole time I'm away. The thing that gets me is the times don't add up from when I went away to when I came back for it to be my kids.
Enter Ms. Janine Vadeboncourt, the brother's sister, who sides surprisingly with Ms. Fernari, focusing on what's best for little Dawson. She admits to having caught Ms. Fernari in the act once. Strap in, Ms. Fernari is about to defend her honor.
So, Ms. Fernari, you brought a witness. I'd like to hear from her. Please stand, ma'am. State your name.
Janine Vadeboncourt.
Ms. Vadeboncourt.
Yes.
You are relation to Mr. Vadeboncourt?
Yes, that's my brother.
Oh, so you're the sister that told him about the cheating, but you're standing with Ms. Fernari today?
It's about this little boy right here.
Tell me what you know.
That's what it's about. One night after we had all been drinking, she slept with one of the people that came to our little get-together.
Ms. Furnari stands her ground, denying the carousel of men her ex alleges she entertained. She throws back accusations of his own infidelities. It's a tit for tat that could rival any primetime debate. But just you wait, the DNA results are up next, and they're going to drop like a bomb.
Mr. Vadbonker, you are the father.
That's your son, David.
That's fine.
Can I give my brother a hug? Through all this, I love my brother.
Absolutely. You don't want to hug your sister?
No, I don't.
He doesn't want to hug Miss Vadbonker.
At the end of the day, if he needs me, that's my baby brother, and I'm there. No matter what he may say, that's my brother. Give a care what nobody says. In the end of the day, that is my brother, and I'm down for him 100%.
Kickoff in the courtroom as Jerome gets things rolling with the case of Brown vs. Brown Overstreet. The drama unfolds as the plaintiff and the defendant brace themselves for a roller coaster of family secrets and courtroom surprises. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. This is going to be a wild ride.
Hello, Your Honor.
Hello.
This is the case of Brown versus Brown Overstreet.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Ms. Brown, you're here today suing your mother for $2,200 for emotional distress. You say she's caused you by not knowing who your biological father is.
Here's where it gets juicy. The court has snagged a potential daddy candidate, but there's a catch. Is there enough evidence for a paternity test? Everyone's on the edge of their seats as family drama meets legal thriller. What's going to drop next could change everything.
Father and must determine if there is enough evidence to order a paternity test. Ms. Brown Overstreet, you admit to making mistakes as a mother, but claim you shouldn't be held accountable in court for your daughter's pain.
Yes, Your Honor.
You hope there's enough evidence presented today to prove that the man in court today is your daughter's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
Plot twist alert. Ms. Brown drops a bombshell list of 6 or 7 possible dads to Judge Lake. And no, it's not a new reality TV show pitch. This tangled web of past romances and mystery men just got real. Guess what comes next in this family feud?
She gave me, actually I have a list of men. It's about 6 or 7 guys.
67?
About 6 or 7.
I said, wait a minute now. Jerome, please hand me this list. So she gave you 6 or 7 names.
Yes, Your Honor.
Of possible fathers.
Yes, Your Honor.
Just when you thought it couldn't get any more tangled, enter Mr. Clifton Smith, stage left, another possible patriarch who hasn't had the DNA test dance yet. How will this potential pop stack up? Stick around, because the DNA drama is just getting started.
The man Clifton Smith, who's in our court today, has not been tested yet.
I never knew who could be my father. I didn't know who he could be. I didn't know who he was. I was in and out of foster care on 3 different occasions. She got sick. I missed 3 months of school, got kicked out. I was in alternative school. I got kicked out because my grandma got sick and I had to take care of her.
Grab your tissues. Ms. Brown pours her heart out about the dad-shaped hole in her life, and it's more touching than a Hallmark card. This poignant moment lays it all out, raw and real. But keep those tissues handy, because there's more heartstring tugging ahead.
I feel like it's a possibility that my life could have been better if I knew who my dad was. And maybe he could have saved me from everything that happened. And maybe I wouldn't have never went to foster care.
I'm sorry. I never
If he had been in my life.
I never meant for that to happen to you, but I gave up on myself, so I didn't even know what you was going through.
Enter Mr. Smith with a swagger, possibly dad number 1, or just a courtroom cameo. His arrival stirs up all sorts of emotions and a few hopeful glances. Is he the father, or just another twist in this paternity plot? His next move could flip the script.
Tell the court about the first day you met Ms. Brown.
We go back a long time. So when I called her, she was like that she was trying to find the father of our daughter. I said, wouldn't it be funny if I was the father? And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot all about you. I'm like, you forgot all about me. Then I was adding up the days. If I have a child out there, I want to know. So when I pulled up, I get out the car and my cousin pointed her out. So I was looking at her. So she came up and I said something to her first.
Now, for a bit of medical mystery, Mr. Smith recounts a groin injury so bizarre it could make you wince just hearing about it. Could this wild tale of woe rule him out as a dad? The anticipation is building, and the expert's take is up next. Don't blink or you'll miss it.
You stated in your court papers, though, that you have reason to have doubt.
Okay, my reason is when I was 10 years old, I hurt myself really bad. I got the picture evidence to show you. Hurt myself really bad. Well, you know what a folding couch is? A couch that turned into a bed?
Yes.
Well, I was folding it back into a couch. My underwear got hooked on a spring, and I yanked it, but it went in a lot more of my underwear and just ripped everything open.
Let me see that evidence, Jerome.
I didn't remember him. That was the problem.
Cue Dr. Gator, medical detective, who might just have the clue that cracks this case wide open. Despite Mr. Smith's ouch story, she thinks he could still be a contender in the fatherhood stakes. The plot thickens. The DNA results are on their way, and you'll want to see this.
Dr. Gator is from the Rise Men's Medical Clinic, and she's a board-certified family medical physician. You've reviewed the the evidence in this case.
Yes.
Mr. Smith contends that he had a serious injury and the doctor told him he may not be able to have children because of this. Can you shed light on the likelihood and the injury?
I believe I can. It's absolutely possible, in my opinion, for Mr. Smith to father a child.
Decision time. The judge orders a DNA test to settle this paternity puzzle once and for all. Everyone's guessing, but only science will tell. What's in the envelope will either solve mysteries or start new ones.
Jerome, please escort them out of the courtroom. You're going to head to the lab immediately. Court is adjourned. I'll see you back here. We're back in session in the case of Brown versus Brown Overstreet. Welcome back, everyone. So you've submitted to the DNA testing, am I correct?
Yes.
Drum roll, please. The results are in, and
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Smith, you are not Shantia's father. I'm sorry. Ms. Brown, you okay?
Yes, Your Honor.